Good evening, good people. Welcome to another of our Duck Bootcamp 2023. We are in class 103, where we're going to have some floaterless fun. I'm Saracen, joined in the booth by Luffy DV. How you doing, Loof?
I'm doing well, Saracen. Happy Easter. Thank you for joining us on your Sunday night and deciding to spend it with us. We got some fun stuff here, fun in quotations, because we're floaterless fun. We're going to see some really cool things that the devs have put in to give us the ability to not only dock in certain places, but also traverse to certain places, which we wouldn't normally be allowed to do.
Yeah, so we're going to go over quite a few interesting modifications from what you're
Mm-hmm.
used to so
Mm-hmm.
that we can accommodate this floaterless style. With that, you want to jump on right into the flags here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we got Hate in the background pushing the buttons, being our restream partner today. I
Thank
don't
you.
know
Hey,
if he's tracking, but we'll hope.
we'll be okay. We can track sort of.
Sort of. All right. What have we got going on today? Well, we have the same goal as usual. We have all four of our orbs to light. We've got a Topher to conquer. Nothing new there.
Mm-hmm.
In our difficulty and scaling, this is going to be the first of our changes.
Yes.
So the biggest change is our overworld encounter rate. We've cut that down a bit.
Significantly, I would say.
Yes. So 4 encounters in 256 steps on land, 1 in 256 floats on sea.
Mm-hmm.
This is an excellent chance to work on your encounter manipulation on the overworld if that's something that you're interested in trying out.
Yes. I'll really hit on that as much as I can. In the early game, I'm gonna track very early to find those first 4 encounters for us, and then really listen to my audio cues, because that's what I use personally to manipulate on the overworld. When I can find where they are, it really gives me a good idea. So I'll make sure I point that out to you guys. So I might not do it early point them out, but I'm listening early, so I'll give you guys a clue, and then I'll start really talking about it once I find it.
Yeah, I play this game by sense of smell, so somebody like Luffy doing this is much better than what if you'd see if I did it.
Someone who doesn't play with music like Saracen, so
Yep. I don't even count time or anything like that. I'm just like, this feels long enough. All right, our incentive locations and items. Well, first and foremost, we've got a couple of little changes here. We got Ice Cave Random.
Yes.
So it's not always going to be that chest in the middle of the very, very damaged floor.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to go searching for that. We do not have Marsh Cave on. Real
Yes.
call out there, I think. As that is frequently, I would say that's a tricky one.
Yeah. Marsh Cave is like your basic early game dungeon that's usually always incentivized. So I think Saracen turned this off for my disdain of Ice Cave and forcing me there. But with the no loose, we're never gonna see Marsh Cave. And a very long time ago, I was Team Never Marsh, and now I'm Team Never Ice. So we're gonna definitely do that. But it definitely point out that with the post or the random in Ice Cave, it makes warp ever so slightly less valuable, to be able to just like warp back and check that chest that we're so used to checking. Still gonna really want warp no matter what, but it makes it just a little less valuable in my opinion, personally.
We're also going to be doing quite a bit of searching in Volcano and Sea, as both
Mm-hmm.
of those are incentivized and random.
Yes, so
Now,
you'll see those
Sea,
hairpins you don't normally see in Volcano tonight, probably.
yeah, Sea has I would say, a very correct path to
Mm-hmm.
take.
Yeah,
We'll get to that when we get there.
yeah,
Other than
we
that,
will.
we are going to have Cardia incentivized, which you're going to be like, hey, how do I get to Cardia with no floater? And
Mm-hmm.
we have an answer to that.
Yeah.
For our items, we have the Masa, the Opal Bracelet, the Ribbon. That's pretty much it. As we
Mm-hmm.
don't have a floater, we added one item, and that was the Opal Bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
So, on to the overworld. Oh, yeah, we have hint givers on again. So, make use of those.
I
Very
already
helpful.
forgot.
Yeah. Luffy is a chronic forgetter.
I
of the
am.
hint givers.
I am, and they save you quite a bit, like we pointed out last week in the two loose when the first two hint givers told us where the two loose were. So I'm gonna really try to remember, but I don't know, it just doesn't stick. So I'm gonna try.
All right, for our game mode in Overworld, this is where all the magic happens. So you're used to the early open progression. We've had that on this whole time,
Hmm.
giving us that passage from Canaria to Dwarves, and also between Provoca and Crescent Lake.
Hmm.
We also have extended open progression on, which opens up the rivers between Dwarf and Northwest Castle. This gives a full walking path from Canaria all the way to Elfland. We've added northern docks, so now there are docks in Onrak and headed into the desert at Skye. There's a name for that desert. I have no idea what it is.
I don't remember either personally, but it does have one.
We've added the Ryukon Desert dock. This is mostly a joke. That dock would be to get your airship faster if you didn't have canoe.
Yeah.
Bahamut Cardia dock. All right, so if you want to promote or if you want to check the Cardia incentive, you are going to have to sail to the Cardia Bahamut dock.
Yes,
And
it
that
will.
is just what you see on the screen right here.
Mm-hmm.
Lefane River dock. So it extends that lake down, gives a little river, and you can land your canoe at the end of that river. And paired with that, we have the Gaia Mountain Pass, which will open up a land route from that landing up to Gaia. Lastly, River to Melman. So
This is my favorite, actually.
this one, I think, it never comes up for me. Like
Right.
it,
Yep.
I really wish it had more impact than it seems to. But this opens a path up. It's north of Dwarves, and it connects to the Melman continent. So you'll be able to access Titans and Earth Cave as well.
I'm very hopeful that this comes into play tonight just to show it off. I'll walk it or canoe it anyway, provided it doesn't really pull me in a bad direction just to show it off. I'm very anxious for the one time when this does come into play, and maybe that'll be tonight. We'll see.
Okay, moving on to our next section. I don't think we change anything here other than Bahamut's Horde. So
Yes.
all those chests in Cardia, they're now linked to chests that have been added to Bahamut's Cave.
Mm-hmm.
The middle one, directly behind Bahamut, is the incentive.
Yes. So that's the one that's linked to the 7 chest room in the forest, the top right chest in the bottom left room. So if you were wondering how you were going to get to all of those Cardia items, we have conveniently moved them behind the dragon himself proper, with the incentive item being there as well.
And I think that one's kind of an interesting place to consider for the incentive because, like, you have a reason to want to wait for the tail. It's such a long walk to get to those chests, but at the same time, you could have your progression locked there. Like, there's a lot of thought that goes into that location.
Correct.
Okay. Treasures and freebies. We have removed the floater.
Bye.
That's the story.
Mm-hmm.
Shops and magic. I don't think we did anything special here. So it's all the same stuff you're used to seeing from the prior classes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Life 2, Life 1 in battle. Power wears the same. Soft in battle, still checked. Improved heal, cure, aim, blah, 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 blah. Nothing too special here.
All right, enemies. We got shuffled tiles again. So if you were, doing a lot of those black belt flags from this past week, just be ready for them to be shuffled again. Other than that, nothing special here.
Do want to point out super quick though, in the top right over there, we have patrolling Warmech. So Warmech will be wandering the teleport maze in between Sky 3 and Tiamat's Bridge of Destiny. So maybe he'll be easy to find and I'll take him anyway, or maybe we can avoid him completely and not have to worry about finding him, but he will not be a random encounter. He will be found on that maze floor.
Oh yeah, we did do that, didn't we?
We did.
So you will have a guaranteed option to take the robot chicken should you want.
Looks like Arix in chat has yet to see a Warmeg. You know what? If he's not too hard to find, I'll seek him out just for you.
McDonald's is a wonderful thing to go to.
I am loving it.
Classes, all of them. Have
Freedom.
fun. We do have nuns available if we want to do a smaller party.
Possible. We'll look at the blessings when we get there, but maybe.
Have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
There is no lock picking this week.
Yes. So ever so slightly less value on the thief. Still really like a thief for the run chance and for the obvious ability to use a katana should we find one. But with the way the overworld encounter rate is again, and with the lock picking off, slightly less value on the thief this week. So I might dip one just cause. So we'll see.
Our equipment and items, nothing has changed here.
Yep. All the same. Explorer's pack, adequate stacking, 30 as the elemental bonus, and -3 to +5. So nothing changes.
And game adjustments, I believe nothing has changed here either.
Nope. Looks the same to me. And then experimental we don't look at.
Yep, doesn't count.
Nope.
All right. So,
All right.
Luffy, what do we have tonight?
Okay, so let's take a little look here. Fighter pretty good.
Magic is very strong.
Yeah, I like that. So as I was saying, there's not a huge emphasis on warp. We get some warp to start, but we also have exit, which is really pretty nice. So we'll be taking a fighter, I think, for sure. Thief. Okay.
It's not a bad thief. It's just not a great thief.
Yeah, it's also not necessary. We still do have a normal 0.7 for encounters in dungeons, so they could be useful for the dungeon manipulation, but we're not manipulating encounters in the dungeon anyway, so all we'll be doing is running. Black belt. I love a black belt, but I'm gonna have to pass, I think, here.
Yeah, it's a pretty boring black belt. You really need to find something like Zombie D's to use that well. And,
Red Mage, pretty good, depending on what level 1 rolls. I like the exit there as well. Should something happen to the fighter, I just want to use warp. Not bad. Pretty strong white mage.
Yeah, plus 80 HP on a white mage is super good.
Yeah, that's a lot of survivability. I like that.
And I mean, you're getting the elemental 2 spells, so Fur 2, Lit 2, Ice 2.
Yeah, fair enough for the other game. Black mage, pretty decent too.
So the heal plus magic is great, but here's the downside: is both the white and the black mage do not have the option of taking any level 8 magic.
Yeah, could be a bit of a bummer there. With the scaling the way it is, like we were talking about earlier, I think we can fighter carry this pretty easy with the Masa, even if we don't have temper or fast. It would just be disappointing and maybe have to take the fighter just slightly higher than I want. But I think it's doable.
You thinking Rainbow? You thinking Oreo? You thinking 3-man?
I really want to do a 3-man party here of fighter white black or fighter red black actually, but I mean let's just hedge our bets here early. We'll take a full party. If we got to kill one of them, we'll kill one of them. So we'll go Rainbow.
The fighter red double black.
Fighter red double black.
That's a very fizzle composition.
It is. It really is. I do like this white mage though. No, heck it. Let's do it. Gotta remember what I name my parties when I take 2 black mages. Okay. Yeah, level 1 fade incoming, Hayden. Here comes the quickest windmill slam reset of all time. I'll roll the fighter triple white at that point.
You know, I remember it was not that long ago. I put up a seed with very low boss HP scaling, but high stats, and it rolled level 1 fade, and Ale swept the entire leaderboard.
He sure did.
4 white mages.
He sure did. He sure did. Because Ale's crazy, but it worked.
He knew what he was doing.
He did. He did. Ale's an experienced runner, so that was fun. But made me sad when I saw my time.
Right?
Yeah, I think I am comfortable with this party. I think I'm good.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay, so ready to count me down? Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. And reset coming? No. Okay, cool.
Okay. We're saved.
So far. Okay, this is fine.
Ice 3 is totally viable at the start. So Ice 3 is probably... It's... A lot of people like it because it's the highest damage of the elementals. Oh, that's a great shop right
Look
there.
at that armor shop. +2 pro rings, +5 golds. That's you like that.
So Ice 3 is fantastic for damage total, but there's just a lot of stuff that resists it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we're gonna hard reset here and probably... Oh, interesting.
It's a very fast first encounter.
It sure is. I was gonna say we'll hard reset and walk the temple. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, there's gonna be a
interesting overworld manipulation.
Yeah, there is gonna be a absolutely massive run in here somewhere.
Yeah, with two this close together, I almost feel like you have to soft reset right now.
I know, right? All right, we're gonna take the L right there on the 2 black mages because it's fine. Wow, and that was a soft reset going into Temple of Fiends because
well, again, you've got the higher encounter rate in or in the dungeon. So
true. I was very curious what it would be, though. I was curious.
Maybe you get money out of that white shirt. I don't know that the white shirt is necessarily a thing I want to use.
Right. All right. So this is a hard reset. Very quick first encounter going into a dungeon. Decently quick second encounter as well. And then there'll be 3 and 4 and not much difference either. That's big XP. We like that.
That is big XP. It's great XP for a 2-man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, it would have been like level 7 across the board for all 4, but you know, it feels just bigger.
Yep, I'm happy with this. This is fine. Oh, come on. Well, you know what? The Red Mage of Hope here is still alive. Okay.
All right, there's our Ruby. Very healthy eating titan today. And a ship.
Okay. I like
a ship. Blurses of note being asked by Silverleaf. Both of the Red Mage and the Fighter have the ability to get out with level 8 magic. Fighter having both warp and exit, the Red Mage having just exit. The Black Mages that we have tonight have heal plus, so they will have heal 3, cure 4, and life 2 in their level 8 magic and start with 2 slots.
Okay. Thinking. Cabins for sale, not the greatest price in the world. So we're talking about overworld manipulation. I'm going to want a whole heck of a lot of tents, which are not apparent so far in Canaria.
So, a little bit of notes on the encounter table, as I wrote the explainer for this in the wiki. When you have varied encounter rates, the best way to figure out what's going to be happening with that is take the one with the most encounters per 256. The spacing in there is going to be what you're going to need to pay attention to the most. The next lowest is going to drop however many lower it is. So in this case, we have a dungeon encounter rate of 6 in 256, a land encounter rate of 4 in 256, and a sea encounter rate of 1 in 256. The dungeon encounter rate is going to tell us the most information. Fade level 2, that's pretty good. So you'll have 6 at a set interval in that 256 steps. And it will be consistent. Every time you hard reset, it will be the same number of steps to get to encounter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the overworld, because there are only 4 encounters, 2 of those will just be left out. You'll walk over it and there will be no encounter. So that could be the first encounter isn't there, or the second, or whatever. What we've seen so far is that the first two encounters are very fast in the
Mhm.
overworld, so we know that encounters 1 and 2 are there. We
Also, looking at what we got, not to cut you off, we have the need now to go over to Melman because with Marsh Cave not being incentivized, no loose kicking around, a rod and a ruby just kind of sitting in our inventory here, we're getting to show off that river.
well, heck,
Yeah, how about that?
we got a canoe.
We do. Well, don't we have a canoe? No, we don't have a canoe yet. You're right. I take it back. But we're gonna get to show it off, I think.
We're gonna have a shop item required.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, and I need money.
That's not a lot of money.
That is not a lot of money. So looks like we're gonna have shop item in Elfland.
Yeah, so shop item in Elfland, and then it will be some variety of turn-in.
Yeah, herb
Because you
TNT.
cannot have a canoe or a canal be a shop item.
Yeah.
So heads up play here is we know that this is going to have a shop item, pretty sure.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Okay. That's fun.
Adaptations.
Okay, tail is in sky. That's good to know at least.
Yep. So how do you feel about a pop grind?
I feel okay with ice 3 and fade with no houses.
So, all right, here's our good news, bad news. We have very fast encounters off the hard reset.
Mm-hmm.
We have good nuking spells, except if it's fur wolves.
Mm-hmm.
The Jotunheim pack, not so great.
Yeah, or zombie zombies as well would be a bummer. Trolls would be fine. Giants would be fine. Giants would actually be optimal.
Giants would be pretty fantastic, but it is too very fast off the hard reset, so I would be leveraging that here.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look. It's a lot more pleasant than going to going to Marsh Cave. Of course.
Just soft reset and go to the next.
Yeah. Of course.
Of course. The Lit 2 is actually going to be okay compared to... These are beefy fur wolves.
Yeah, they are. And they're hitting kind of hard.
Yeah, they are. How's Encounter 3 off the hard reset?
We're going to find out. It feels like it's actually not too deep either. I feel like the first 4 encounters are somewhere not too deep, and then there's the long run after that, because I took 2 more encounters there coming off the sea walking over here, so I'm not sure. We're going to soft reset and take another look. Yeah, it's not very far. Come on! Oh my god, these are 4 just horrific encounters here.
Alright, the Wyverns are okay. I don't mind the Wyverns.
Of course they rolled up too.
Of course they did. And they have Poison Touch.
Dead Pulse, I think you are correct, sir.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Alright, we're out of here. That's 4 really bad encounters.
Wow.
Yep.
We rolled a real good one for you guys tonight.
Yes, we did. Let's do a quick pit stop over here. Check Matoya's closet. Maybe she has cash in here for that crystal. Unlikely, but maybe.
That would be hilarious. Luffy rolled this one, so don't put the blame on me.
Yeah, this is my fault so far. Zeus bonked myself for a little bit. Still got 30k to go.
Yeah, I don't know if the Zeus bonk is going to sell for terribly much, but what I would say is that it could be useful for the fighter who otherwise has no offense.
Yep, agreed. For having very small overworld encounters, this is a lot early on.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Silverleaf asking if we need the canal to get to Bahamut. Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, definitely check the sale on the white shirt too.
Yep, I'm gonna do that. Eight.
That helps. Uh-oh, the hamster. The hamster strikes again.
Come on, little hamster buddy. I know you can do it.
Luffy's internet hamster is having a small strike. It's okay. Maybe it's just a little water break. You never know.
Yeah. Hopefully it decides to dust itself off and get back on that wheel. There we go.
Hamster doing hamster things.
Sure is.
Yep.
Stone touch.
I saw that, but I didn't see what it was. I looked down because I was looking at my internet Wi-Fi. Is he either the Geist or the ghouls?
Yeah.
Alright, well that didn't pay off. Huh. Yeah, I feel like Marsh, those 4 chests sometimes pay off pretty decently, and the fact that I'm looking for about 20k means I really don't want to leave boxes behind here if I'm forced to come here. So we'll see. There is a trap
so
tile
terrible
here.
though because it's not an incentivized marsh.
Yeah, I know. There could be a spike tile here though that makes this all kind of worth it.
Yep. So because the top chests were checked, we're not going to be checking that linked chest in the middle of this floor because we know it's trash.
Yeah, it's got like a couple heal pots on it or something. Red Deer Agama? We'll see. We'll see. I wouldn't mind seeing something here.
I would prefer seeing a higher yield tile than either of those for gold.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing like the giants and iguanas here. That's a nice find.
Not equipable yet.
Not yet.
That's a promo lock. Realistically, at defense +3, it's not a great endgame sword, but it's okay.
It would work. Oh, jeez.
At least you have Ice 3?
Yeah. How much gold do these guys? It's not that much. They give about as much as XP. 1,200? It's okay. I mean, we can burn all of our magic charges.
Yeah, we have exit on the night.
Night as well, right?
So
2,500 is not bad. All right, this isn't the worst thing ever. What's going to be really annoying is the fact that we're going to be getting a lot of levels on this party that I don't want exactly. Nothing really spectacular in the first several levels of magic, though, to make me really want something on the fighter. We didn't check level 3, but it's fine. We didn't have the money for it.
Yeah, the money being the big obstacle here.
16.
Eric's calling out exactly what my thoughts are. Is, you know, it's nice to see us show the adaptation. I'm glad you're the one doing this because, man, I was feeling pretty disheartened after the really bad practice seeds earlier today.
Yeah, I volunteered to do this, so y'all are stuck with me making poor decisions.
And I don't even think about this as being like a stressful thing. It's just, it is the thing that we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is part of the good in my life right here, is running these weekly with you. So I'm enjoying this. It's hanging out with my friends, even though I'm sitting here in a cave that is unincentivized that I don't need to go to, digging for money for a crystal that is about 20,000 more than it should be with the shop it's located in.
Elfling shop is always terrible.
It's so bad.
Thavian asking why not get a duckling to run with these and coach live. So a big part of that, and this is not a slam by any stretch, all right, but the experience we have running translates into knowledge of the maps, knowledge of how to manage inputs, menuing, like all of those decisions take a lot of time to explain, and that can be very challenging, particularly as a viewer to watch that. So that's sort of the thought process there. I know we've had a few experienced ducks. We've had actually a few volunteers from our more experienced core players as well. But there is something to be said also about consistency about who's talking and, interacting through the chat as well.
Yeah. All right, we got about 30K here. That's enough. I'll sell the rest of the gear that I have. But I'm going to check these last couple boxes just to, maybe get lucky with like a 10K chest. 37, close. Oops.
That was the wrong telly.
That was the wrong teleport.
So this looks like a sell that white shirt and call it a day.
Sure is. Yep. We got 28, so it's selling the white shirt and the Zeus bonk and anything else that I picked up that is not that defense sword.
I mean, if we're focused on the magic as well, yes. But the white shirt by itself should do it.
Unfortunately, I don't think it does. Oh boy, we might just have enough here.
I thought it was 32.
Thought it was 38. Oh, it is 32. Okay, I take it back. I feel a lot better now.
32.8. You were just moving that digit over. It's okay.
I was. Okay, no wood headpiece here. As the fighter has wood adept, I've been trying to pick that up slyly. So we'll still try to track that down.
That's
ice
trash.
tube. Yep, don't want those spells, which is good because they're expensive. Nothing there of any concern either.
Cool and yet not.
Yeah, the counterclockwise, rarely seen walk through. Okay, there we go. So life is night learnable.
And now you're going to be like, oh, I learned life there. It's just for 3.
It's fine. The red mage has fade. He's not going to want fire 3. Quad X is nice, but we're going to come back here and pick up life on that night at some point. If we really want Quad X, we can grab it then.
I mean, the real hope is that you can promote before going to Lefane and take advantage of the superstore.
Indeed. Okay. Show me canal. Of course.
Is this even randomized?
Yeah, right. If he shows me the key, I'm going to be very upset.
Well, we can only hope, right?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna run and spam spells against some of these enemies because without a thief and the access to the guaranteed run, I'm gonna be very annoyed with these packs that just kind of hold me in place.
Yeah, and the way that the encounter table is set up is unfortunately not great. Like, I would say in a race environment, we would be more inclined to do the encounter manip.
Yeah.
In an educational setting, it's very sad to use a tent and then walk for 4 encounters.
God.
Hey, we just skipped a step, all right?
Yeah, we did. Oops.
Do you want a fetch quest? It's time to go on a fetch quest.
You guys can't hear it, but hate is serenading in my ear.
They might be able to hear it. You never know.
That's true.
No, that I actually unmuted for.
Oh, man. This is such a bummer. But I'm really hoping... Show me canoe here and make this all worth it to show off that river to Melman, please.
That would be fantastic. Also, the idea of explosions to canoes.
Yeah. Ah, boo.
Oh.
All right. Well, it was a thing. Okay, so we are going to go over and turn in this ruby for sure.
If you were curious, chat, this is exactly what I was talking about. Like this super engaging gameplay where you walk until you get an encounter and then you reset so that you get enough steps to actually do something, but you do that on every tent.
Yep. That was 5 encounters too. I'm very confused now. Unless I cycled through. That I'm very confused.
Yeah, there should only be 4 overworlds for 256 steps.
Yeah. Unless I miscounted how many resets I did there. That was definitely 5. Okay, so feed the Titan some rice. Go see what Grandpa has, because Titan is not incentivized.
Yep, and our other main location to check after this is going to be Crescent Lake.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I really want that. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's half the puzzle to getting the promotion that you want.
Exactly, because my levels are borderline going to get too high pretty soon to get some levels on this fighter. We still want money. Sellable. Jeez.
This seed is being unkind in the weirdest way.
Yeah, right. Rude. And I mean, I could do Earth while I'm over here with this rod, but Earth's not incentivized, so there's really no desire to do that.
Well, I mean, there is in the sense that you have to walk here anyway because no floater.
Yeah. All right. Let's smash a reset here real quick, and let's go and see what the sages have. If the sages have something stupid like the Opal Cheerio, maybe I'll come and do Earth Cave.
Earth is not incentivized, so the sages have to have something useful.
They should.
But it would be funny if it was Crown.
Oh, even better. Yeah, they have to have something useful, you're right. Alright, I'm not bothered checking any of the armor shops or anything because all of the armor I want is in Canaria, although I do want to take a quick peek and see if the wooden helmet is here. Now that I think about it. Key, even better.
Okay. We take keys. Replenishment has a ribbon. That's actually super good information as well.
That is pretty good. We're going to probably really want that. So yeah. No.
No hats.
No hats. Can't even afford a single house.
That's impressive.
Okay, so key being going back to Canaria.
We do have one other incentive check available to us.
Oh?
We have the Cardia check.
We do. We do.
I don't want to do that yet.
I really don't want to either, but we do. Alright. Let's find out. We don't want to go that way in the world until we have a canoe, but we might have to.
Yeah.
We might have to.
I do like the idea. Oh. Well then.
Okay, sure.
So our progression is in Bahamut's cave. I did kind of like the idea of heading into the treasury and just walking out with a canoe, like hoisting it on your shoulder and doing the 4-man walkout.
It'd be quite a visual.
With the black mages in the middle, just holding it up with their hands as high as possible because they can't reach.
Yep. All right, so
free gold bracelet though.
Yeah, +5, pretty nice. Yeah. So if you guys saw what I did there. If you sail like right around to where you can see, I'll just do it again, whatever. If you sail right here to the tip point of Marsh Cave where it is on the map, and you just go straight due south, you'll run right into Cardia and not get lost.
Good question from Silverleaf. Is the +1 Masa the best weapon you can get? Question mark. So it is extremely good, and it is likely not going to be replaced unless we find something incredible.
Yeah, unless
And
it's like an
incredible-
XCal +5 absurdity or something.
XCal +5, Vorpal +5 maybe?
That's
But
considerable.
Vorpal +5 would be like really just for chaos.
Yeah,
The Masa +1 is very good.
that's so rude. That is so rude.
The rude part was that you had to buy the crystal first.
Yeah. Oh, hey, free power bonk though is nice.
Nice.
All right.
Something for your trouble.
Yeah,
Be funny if you got your wood hat in here too.
I know, right? No such luck. Okay, so let's get out of here. They said floor 2 for that, so we'll do ordeals while we're right here. Okay. So burn these 2 encounters, and we'll take 2 more pretty quick encounters here in ordeals going through the teleport maze. And then hopefully there's a run somewhere after these 2.
I sure hope so.
So do I. That's rude.
Fighter should have swung.
Should have, actually. Bottom looks good. Good. Quick look at the incentives here.
Random.
Ordeals is random?
Vanilla.
Ordeals is vanilla, okay. Ice Cave is random. Alright, so
Because
that...
I'm cruel.
Oof, I should have housed. Uh-oh. 50-50? Dang it. Okay. So not a full zonk, but a zonk enough.
Pretty close.
Mm-hmm. Dang it. Not too bad, though.
Nah.
Hey. Okay. So there was a fairly okay-ish run through here, considering there's 7 encounters. That was okay.
Silver hats. We want wood hats.
Yeah, we want wood hats, and just trying to get like just the rest of money. Free pro rings, nice.
Hey, we take those.
Okay, so okay, we'll worry about keeping. Come on.
Oh, amazing.
Isn't it though? Hey, you were talking about zombie dragons earlier. That's
Yeah, I was.
oddly vanilla.
Yes. They are thick.
Yeah, they are.
Good good one to leave awake. That's
Yeah.
very nice.
That was helpful. All right, so Ice Cave, anyone? We could show off random volcano too. This
You are proximate to the waterfall currently.
I am. I don't have Oxiel though, and Oxiel. What's the hint for that? That was somewhere not convenient.
Blacksmith.
Yeah, blacksmith. So we're still trying to track down that adamant. I got half of mine to just go get that tail and promote because we're already level 17. That's in sky though, so I need cube. Never mind. I was thinking Mirage. All right.
So
Okay.
our options here are random ice, random volcano, or waterfall.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 2-1 here and be proven completely wrong and go to volcano and ice. and probably be very disappointed.
Well, so good news is having found that masa in Canaria Castle,
Yeah,
you have the resources at this point to kill Carrie.
I do. So we at least got that going for us here. All right, so level 1 warp or level 8 warp here on the fighter. So we got 2 shots of doing these hairpins.
I don't
In a
even mind
decent way.
exiting out of the hairpins
I
rather
don't
than walking
either.
back out.
Free pro ring again is pretty nice. Really like to keep their red mage alive. Red mage is the valuable mage right now with life and fade.
I would contend the black mages are just as valuable with Life 2 and Cure 4.
Oh yeah, they do have those, don't they? I always think it's just heal 3 and cure 4, but life 2 is on there. You are correct.
So is this a intentional gamble away from the bad hairpin?
It is. And it's not going to pay off.
So there's a couple of ways that you can go through the hairpins here. And
Oof.
glare,
Rude.
excuse me.
Rude.
So if you don't have warp, there is a pathway you can take. Now, one of the thoughts that you can have here, and I think it's very reasonable, is let's do the armory first and then walk backwards for the hairpin.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's difficult to like wrap your brain around that in the moment, so that happens. Oh, do they only get life 1?
Yeah, I see that. Single target life.
Neat.
Yeah.
Good to know. I thought for sure it was 2.
Yeah.
But if you're walking through the first door, there's the 2 chests up front, left hairpin, right hairpin, and then there's a walking path to these 2.
Mm-hmm.
If you have warp, it makes sense to go to the bad hairpin second because you can warp out. Similarly, exit. You have the extra steps and time of walking through the first floor again, which sucks, but you're not walking through the entire hairpin structure.
Hey, there's our wood hat. And a free ribbon.
Hooray, and a ribbon. Nice.
Care less about that wood set evade. Oh boy, that's a bad.
That's an ambush, all right.
Yep, that's bad.
And we did not have an incentive chime occur with that
No, we did not.
ribbon, so that is not the incentive. Ice 3.
Yeah. Help. Panic.
At the disco?
All right. At least the lobsters rolled down. Okay, that wasn't half bad.
Yeah, John R79 calling it out. Incentive ribbon is in Lefane, correct.
Mm-hmm.
So the challenge of
there we go.
Well, vindicated, I guess.
I suppose so. Okay.
That's an excellent time to house.
Yeah.
So the downside of the wood evade bonus is you have to wear all 3 pieces of the set, which means you have to wear a hat, which means you can't wear a ribbon.
Yep.
Or you wear a ribbon and you just pretend that bonus doesn't exist.
Yep. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to bother. We have a gold +5 and that ribbon now. We know where gold +5s are, pro rings +3s are, 2s are. Like, we got all the armor we want in Canary. I'm not worried about wood set evade anymore. It doesn't have any value.
The other thing of note is until we find the slab, we know that we are fine in terms of like checking any location.
Right.
Because the slab is just the ribbon, which is still very nice and we probably want it. But we don't have to. But that means that ice and waterfall and sea are all valuable places to look for incentive items. It's not going to be just an item that's not progression.
Correct.
Yeah, I hate calling out the dream. Wood evade plus resist all.
Right.
I don't think I've ever had the combo together. Look at that fast going on turn order because you're not swinging.
Right, exactly. Okay. Swing. Still no temper is a bit of a bummer, but that free power bunk definitely makes it not as bad.
Kapow.
Yep.
Wood evade on a ninja, is that max evade? Depends on your starting agility and what level you get to. If you are starting with 80, I think you can get to pretty close to max evade.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, with the wood evade set, it's 120. The ninja starting at 80 agility would put you up to 200. You need to get to 252.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you know, that you're pretty much looking on hopes and dreams there. I don't think you can max out. I think you can get at most one per level on the agility. But is it close enough? Yes.
All right, so because we have found the masa, because we know where the ribbon is, and because we have also found the opal Cheerio, and I know where the tail is, this is a required ice cave dive. So that's why we came here.
Well, unless it turns out to be the slab, which
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Love you, buddy.
I know. I'm really banking on this being required. If this is slab, I'm gonna feel horrible. But I'm banking on this being required. The slab is a what? A 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20%?
Something like that. Yeah, an invis and like level 15 will get you to max evade in that particular scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Functionally, yes, one invis cast. The ruse is overkill. So even with the random incentive location here, it's still worthwhile to do this warp trick to get to these incentive or to these 3 boxes. It's just the fastest step routing.
Yep.
And then you can go on from here.
Mm-hmm. Which is nice because we can also just walk ourselves out.
Yep. Well, we have 2 exit casters.
Yep. Or we can do that depending on where it is. But the way this has been going, I fully anticipate it being, you know what? You had to. You had to. You had to, didn't you? You know what? That's fine, though. I want that. That's fine. Fine. It's fine.
So,
all right.
You know, what I'll say to that is there's many F words that get used to describe floaterless. Fun, fine, fantastic.
Yeah. You know, it's fine though, because I like to at least show off that these things can happen. And sometimes, a lot of times, this is not all sugar and rainbows. "38-minute bridge boss." Let's go.
Heck yeah.
Let's go. Hooray.
So I think with this coming from the dwarves, we have to read that as oxy ale, as in it's beer that gives you oxygen.
Yep. Agreed. Okay. So this means that cube is probably in waterfall, which is going to be really depressing. All right.
I mean, man, what a level right there.
Yep, that's something. Notably, I'm putting temper in slot 1 for these black mages because I really, really just, I mean, I don't think we're going to need to be spamming nuke at level 5. But we'll see.
Just gonna take out Earth while you're.
I'm not gonna bother coming back here. Yeah, we're just gonna do it.
Yep. 100% on board.
Yep. With the Masa now, with even with Fire 3, far less scared of Lich than I was coming here with just Ice 3 and a Silver Dagger.
Yeah.
Could have made this happen, no problem, with the Silver Dagger, probably, but this is beyond safe now.
I like these sleep touch gargoyles that are trolling you periodically as well.
Yeah, and they pop up everywhere.
Asher Trunk paying out 1,328 gold tonight.
Yeah.
The Asher Trunk always pays out. This time it was gold.
All right. I will bet this is an eye tile. No, this is an eye tile. Something I ran recently. But eye always seems.
There's that hamster again.
I thought I started to hear a little bit of a high-pitched squealing.
Get down anymore anyway, because we still have 2 pretty incentive-laden dungeons or experience sitting out there for us.
Well, we didn't miss much due to the hamster this time, as we catch up at at the vampire.
Oh, I was saying how I like to check the spike tile right before the vampire room there to see what that tile is, because it is linked to the same spike tiles on floor 1.
Yep. Floor 1 and floor 2 all have that same spike tile.
Undead scares me, especially when one of these guys has stone. Funny enough, I have Verizon, not Comcast. If I had Comcast, this would be infinitely worse.
I just upgraded my CenturyLink to gig like a couple months ago, and it has been quite wonderful for me.
Yeah.
Somehow it hasn't quite panned out as well for my daughter's TV watching in the basement, and she does have a hardline connection to the TV.
Interesting. Yeah, my computer setup is in, I mean, you could say it's our basement, but it's a walkout on the lower level, and the router is in the garage, which is literally feet from my computer, but the Wi-Fi still likes to give out.
Luffy's trying to convince his wife to allow him to run the cable.
I've been trying. We'll get there one day. I've been asking to drill a hole in my wall for quite a while.
I mean, the other answer is to pry up the door jamb and run it behind it.
Yep.
Which isn't a bad option.
Yep. Something will be happening soon. That much is a given. Because I can't keep potatoing out on you guys. It depresses me.
All right, 2 orbs in at 43 minutes. It's actually not bad in floaterless, particularly for how egregious the start was.
Hey, look, here's that river that I really, really wanted to use. So there we go. Now you see. Ambushing wolves just make it that much ruder.
Sure do.
We don't have houses, so we're gonna get the inn up right there, and where are we going? Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, so I was talking required ice earlier. We now know this is a required waterfall, so we're gonna do that.
Bravely does not save before coming in.
Yeah, I'm angry right now in a way. I'm getting too many levels on this fighter, and all I want is a stupid cube to be able to get my tail, and it's not happening.
Watch, it'll be the random in C.
Sure as heck is gonna be.
Side.
Yeah. This is going to be the loot. I am 100% confident in that.
Infrared Soup asking, what's the best level to class change? Well, for a fighter or thief, you want to class change ideally by 14, but realistically, as fast as possible. And the reason is that at 15 and every odd level after, until you get 4 charges, you get magic charges after promotion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the thought process there.
Oh God.
For the black belt, you just don't want to promote. And for the mages, you don't care. Like, realistically, the mages don't gain anything that you really wanted to gain.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the red mage being able to pick up level 4 and level 1 slot 4.
Yes, correct.
In the white magics. So, yeah, like, my litmus on the mages is if it doesn't happen in the first 4 levels of spells, it probably doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's faster temper. Like, nuke at level 5 is kind of a bridge too far because level 5 is the worst level to menu to.
Yep.
And it's also high enough level that you're just not going to have that many charges. With black belt, because of the way that their MDef scaling works, their magic defense, you don't really want to promote them at all because they just get worse. Yeah, and then the magic slot thing is the only thing that really matters to the thief and the fighter. However, the thief and the fighter also being able to equip better stuff is nice.
All right, so because we have random location here in C, we're going to show you a couple of treasure chests here we really never show you on the first floor entrance. There's one there on the right-hand side, and there's one here in this room. Neither one of them are valuable, although that Bane sword is kind of nice.
So there is sort of a meta to the full random C.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that you go Kraken side first because you had to kill Kraken anyway.
Correct.
And you check everything along the way. And if not that, then it's time to head over to the right side.
Yep.
But we're going to light an orb before we get concerned about considering mermaids.
And my preferred path personally is I will do mermaids before I do TFC floor because of the density of the boxes. But we'll see because this is the seeds being on the rude side.
I like how we got a Thor hammer in one of the seeds where we don't have improved Thor on the fighter.
I was trying to dig that out so hard on Thursday night last week or Wednesday night.
So this floor is affectionately referred to as Sharknado. It has to do with the spike tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's the Gershark tile and the water tile.
Yes.
And yeah, that's sort of the story there. Huh, hey, it's an Agama. Neat.
With Squint.
Neat.
Come on. Come on. Oh boy, this is not looking good.
Dragon Lord Carter bringing up the inverted MDef flag. There are a couple of options on the MDef front. Inverted really does some interesting things, not just on the black belt, but and the viability of the thief.
Dang it.
Who suddenly gets more MDef than the knight, because the knight normally gets 3 a level and the thief normally gets 2, and you swap them.
Yep. Yeah, Fabian, we're about to reserve ourselves the fact we're getting 0 levels of magic on this night, so I'm starting to not prioritize this tale as much as I was 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
So that was all the chests on left side.
Yep. So that means we're going back in.
Yep. It's okay.
It's fine.
This is good because it shows more of the stuff, right?
Yeah, sure.
And watch, it'll be in TFC North.
It sure will.
So if you are not yet aware of the memes about TFC, that is that friendly chest on the second floor of the right side, which is the crescent moon-shaped room. And that is locked by the Mystic Key, which in the randomizer you might not have when you get here. In vanilla, you'd always have it. So nobody knew about that until suddenly we all knew about that, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
TFC North is not locked, but it's in a very secluded little location on the top of that same floor.
Yep. I got half a mind here also to just start soloing with this fighter.
I mean,
that black mage is not coming back up for a while.
Just to funnel more experience over?
Yeah, because at this point we just don't care anymore.
Yeah. That's
okay. Okay, so going back in.
I believe in you, Luffy.
I got this. So I've already checked both chests on floor 1, so we're not going to get trolled by something being in this chest over here, so we're going to go straight on through. And I do have a preferred path here on my way down to mermaids for the chests I check. So I will check the 2 that I check on the way down here, and then be disappointed when mermaids does not pay off.
Yeah.
So I'll always check that room and then this room if I'm digging out a random item, and then I'll go to mermaids because mermaids has way more chests than this floor can offer.
And no encounters all the way through. Wow!
Delicious.
You gonna take care of Bubbles for me?
Yep, she's getting... Her and Legendary are both gonna go bye-bye.
They deserve it.
They do. Come back here. Bye. And bye. Okay. Okay.
Photo Company thanks you for your patronage.
So this actually is not so bad. Now we can kind of just route this in a decent way. This is not too bad. So we know that crown that we found in Waterfall is going to turn into our loot. So we can finish this off really quick. But I am going to pick up... Am I going to pick up the second? I'm going to pick up the second ribbon. I am.
You know what really sucks, though, Luffy?
Not being able to get magic while I'm here?
Nah, I'm pretty sure that loot, it comes, yes, through the crown, but via the bottle.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Unless... No, because they're not going to lie to me and have this be... not the tail here. So, yay. Alright. Okay.
This has been a particularly rude seed.
It has been, but it's fine.
So all the things that we wanted to show you, overworld encounter manipulation, and all that, yeah, just imagine that it happened.
Yeah.
No, it really didn't. You'll be able to practice the overworld encounter manipulation in the weekly. Let me assure you.
At least I got sandwiches here off the hard reset.
Sandwiches are going to start running from you soon?
Very, very soon. Okay, we know they're there.
Are you still going to go for the patrolling war mech?
Yes, I am. Fabian, I'll look for steak after I'm done with this dungeon here. I really just want to get through with this fighter. If we do that, then I'll feel fine. And if we need a war mech, we don't necessarily need that steak, but, I mean, steak is nice either way. So we'll check.
Silverleaf asking if there's a reason to kill it. Yes, it is worth 5 digits worth of experience.
Come on with this.
I was thinking it was going to be the eye, and it was not.
Yep, sure
It was
wasn't.
the wrong one.
All right, so it said it was on floor 2 of Sky, which means it's obviously on the worst floor possible as well.
It's vanilla, my dude.
Yeah. Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. I had chat up over that part of the flags. Okay. So we're gonna grab it because we put in so much work trying to get to it.
Now, the real question, do you bother to turn it in?
I don't know. I'm going to consider it, maybe.
Like, there is a path that makes sense, and it's
There is.
after you've turned in the crown.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look, I see him.
He's right there.
He is right
He
there.
needs that.
Okay. Fine.
Fire 2, not a bad thing to see at all.
It's fine.
The thing we worry about with the Warmech here is that Warmech shares the skill and spell pool with our fiends. So, yeah, that can be potentially problematic. Now, Rub, kind of a whatever. Like, so...
Oh,
wow.
yeah, no HP either.
Bam! 27. Right? That was 6 levels.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Shout out to improvements in the randomizer that allow you to gain more than 1 level per combat.
Right.
If you were not aware, originally you could only gain 1 level after a fight, even if you had maxed out your experience for more than 1 level. Pretty great. So 27 fighter with a blast of +1, that means we've hit our 5-hit breakpoint, which is pretty great.
We have. We're no longer really concerned. Still thinking about that tail.
I think the only benefit is that you get to equip the dragon armor that you have, and I don't know that that's enough of a benefit.
I don't think it is, especially because we're going to be going back toward Canary anyway. I can just pick up more gold bracelets for everybody. This is fine. If I really, really, really want to, I can put the opal on this fighter too. Yeah, we'll probably do that.
Cool Rig, I think, yeah, we don't allow turbo in the races. If you're playing casually, have at. Also, I don't know that turbo necessarily gets you anything worthwhile. Just because the timing is actually important when you're doing the button mash for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for only 4 encounters, this was a horrible early 4 encounters.
Yep.
And there's the blue stake, the 4th encounter in the bottom right quadrant. Hilarious.
Dead Pulse, I love you.
There's no really good way to do this, is there?
The only way is, yeah,
the bad way. Yep, it's the bad way.
So let's talk about overworld routing, because it's kind of one of the main focuses of Floaterless. Melmond is a real pain in the tuchus, as it turns out, and it gets in the way a lot because there's no docking or canal or anything like that cuts through on the north-south. So your best option to go around it is usually to avoid having to go around it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Quick stop off to buy some more bracelets. Probably a couple pro rings too. I think you're still short a few.
Yep, we're gonna top it off. Well, we bought an extra pro ring, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. We don't really need anything else from chests.
Nope, we're done. Oh, come on.
Blessed money. Hello.
Wow. Look at that.
You need a chest with 6 gold. Stat. We found like 12 of them this seed.
I know, right? Okay. So again, no really good way to do this, so we'll just do it
The correct way is left, north, left.
I know. Yep.
I know I
Sags,
just
please.
mixed my direction types up there, but
I know what you meant.
so you got to do some zigging and zagging, a little bit of stair stuttering.
That's the marsh cave or the ice cave entrance there.
Yep. The other thing I'll toss out is do not be afraid to do the old B select so you can see where everything is and where you are. You're going for bottle, sir.
I am going for bottle. I was thinking, not thinking.
Buffering?
I was actually thinking about how I was going to walk the Temple of Fiends, and we're going to park at Matoya's cave.
Yeah, I tell this story all the time because my daughter loves to hear me tell it. I had a philosophy professor back in college who forgot to go to class one day because he was sitting on the step of his office building, smoking a cigar, thinking about what he was going to lecture about that day. And he realized what had happened when we were all walking out and back to our dorms 15 minutes after the class was supposed to start. You are currently still in town.
I am. I was listening to your story. I was invested.
Yeah. It's a fun story. I mean,
it is.
Doug was a great guy. So our fastest way, now that we have all of our orbs lit, cough cough, is to head over to the secret Matoya River dock, which is not very secret. Defeats the purpose and all that. But it is the fastest way from the Mirage Sky Desert to Topher.
All right. And because this encounter table is butts, there's no need to hard reset. We're just going to go in.
No, you can't set up your own house in town. You'll have to squat in somebody else's and pay the money for the honor.
Okay, so with this fighter that's, decked out enough with gear with the ribbon and the opal and the power bonk, the defense sword, the masa, I am not worried about anything here, personally. I think we'll be just fine.
Down and around we go. I always love the geometric impossibility of this.
Right. Purple worms.
It turns out there are just like, conveyor belts that move you around to where it logically places you. There's escalators going around this Temple of Fiends. No elevators. There's no accessibility here. This is a temple of evil.
Yes,
right?
Evil.
No wheelchair access allowed in the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me wonder how Wheels gets around now that I think about that. Turns out the Warriors of Light were ADA inspectors the whole time.
That fighter took a lot of hits in slot 1 on the way down here.
Doing his job.
Fade doing
Near
Fade
roll
things.
Fade.
Fade doing Fade things.
Fur 3 doing Fur 3 thing.
Come on. There we go. When Fire 3 doubles up Fade in battle.
Eric's, it's funny. We turn on the Topher exit in all of these flags. So there is a normal exit. We specially turned it on.
Okay.
We live.
We do.
Temper and Fast come out just after the nick of time, of course.
Don't they? Wrong one. Okay. Trying really hard to keep that red mage alive until we don't need him anymore.
Six days later, we'll have a fully healed party here.
Right? Just shotgunning heal pots right now. I'm trying to save those heal 3s and cure 4s until I desperately need them.
Which will be right after all of your mages are dead.
Yep. Right. Because why not?
Hey, Trance's status element.
It is. It is. I do thank you for that.
You can thank me doubly. I put it in the flags, and I'm the person who suggested it as a flag in the first place. Mage is asking, how's the boot camp going? I think it's going pretty well. We are on our 5th class here, and we're doing some floaterless tonight. We have obviously passed by all relevant locations on that front, but here we are in the Temple of Fiends Revisited, watching our mages get assassinated. You still have a life spell on that living black mage.
I
see
do.
how long that lasts.
Hopefully a turn. Woo! Ooh, okay.
We live.
We live to fight another day. Oh, we have 1 life spell left. Okay.
Well,
that's all we needed.
Fortunately, have 6 more on the red mage after that.
Yep. 1 is all we needed.
That is usually not how Will Bloodworth intends that statement. Mage is calling for the Masa chest check. I don't know. We're an hour and 8 in on this.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll think about it.
I'm thinking. No. No.
Magus, if you didn't catch any of the early game on this seed, there was a 32,000 gold required inventory or item shop purchase, with our best money option being fires on the wizard tile in Marsh.
Yeah.
Can you bane Toph Tiamat? I mean, you can, technically.
Oh boy.
It's not great.
Alright, we're okay.
Yeah, non-incentivized Marsh to go get money. It was as gross as this flag set could possibly be.
Okay.
we're 1 hit point shy of, or 2 hit points shy of safe on that red mage.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. Oh, come on.
Yeah, to get to the Masa chest, when you get onto Tia 2's floor, you go down and then right, and then you follow the squiggles, and you'll eventually get there. And then you have to walk back around the whole way and loop around because there's no north-south in that room to quickly get to the stairs or to Tia. You have to go all the way back to the original stairs.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was a big nuke.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
Yep, here we are.
Oh, come on. What? What?
You were drinking with the fighter that turn. Oh,
boy.
GG.
God. I was surprised that Red Mage swung for 3 hits, 150 with that silver tacker. That's why I paused. Oh my god.
Well, this was a seed of all time.
Remember I said I wasn't scared? Yeah, I was scared. Come on. That's like 2 crits through, all that evasion too. Come on. So this was really trying to make me be embarrassed. So thanks for the GGs. Come on.
We love you, buddy.
You know what? This is all about education and fun. And you know what? I got to hang out with you and hate and show off some stuff. It's always fun. But this seed was really trying to make it bad. And it was close to being real bad.
Yeah, shout outs to adjustments. Man, adjustments were really a key lesson tonight in our reveal, which is funny because that wasn't our intended lesson, but
No.
Here we are.
Here we are. The 4 encounters in the overworld being all bunched early with just spread out enough where it was annoying going in and out of rivers and sea where I wouldn't be able to tell exactly where I was. So that was fun.
Welcome Raiders from the Woofs. Unfortunately, we literally are just in wrap up here. So.
Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us though. That was fun. I hope you learned something, something.
Yeah, and when you're running this, when we post the weekly tomorrow morning, try to focus on your overworld encounter manipulation if the seed allows for that, but also really hone in on your overworld routing. Just learn the map, learn how to sail the ship around, because I know that in all of our flags up till now, we haven't had the northern docks on or anything like that. So, you only really had to sail for half the map, right? And now you'll have reason to sail the whole thing. And that's a valuable lesson as some of our more complex flag sets get a little bit more random and insert some interesting dives in the Onrak continent and Gaia continent and all that. Luffy, do you have some final thoughts here?
I mean, these flags are fun, and floaterless is definitely its own challenge in and of itself. With the edits to the map to open up some other things, it definitely makes it a lot of fun and can kind of put items in some really unique spots, as you kind of saw tonight. Hopefully, you guys don't have the ridiculously expensive shop item this time around in the weekly, but watch your routing, watch your encounters. Your soft and hard resets are important, even though they were not very useful for me tonight. So just good stuff to learn.
Absolutely. All right. Well, glad that we could provide a lesson tonight and some entertainment for all of you folks. We're going to be raiding over to Geyer's channel So thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll have that weekly posted tomorrow morning. And any questions, just reach out in the Discord. We're happy to help.
Yep. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.